Look me in the eye. Look me in the eye. Are you ready to go? LB, are you ready to go? Nikki, you ready to go? We're going to do this. Laura, you ready to go? All right, we're going to do it. We're going to kill it.
Are you ready?
Every one of us. I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready. We are going to kill it.
Yes.
Hey Sippers, it's Laura.
Why is she walking into
I don't know, but I love it. So just keep going.
Hey! Go with the vibe, dude.
Laura's like, let me sneak in here.
Yeah, vibes. I love it. It was more like busting in, actually.
Right,
I
yeah.
loved it.
Break down the door,
Bring it, Laura. Do it.
So I got Gnarly Head.
Ooh.
I picked it based solely on the name. Because
Wait, you picked it?
Yes, I picked it.
Look at you.
I know, I went grocery
Going to a
shopping and
store?
everything.
Did you talk to anybody?
Oh no, but I made Dustin go with me. I promised him pizza to go with me. Gnarly Head, so gnarly vines aren't pretty.
Straight up.
Totally relate. The twisted grapevines that give our wine its big, bold flavors have struggled and survived by digging deep. That's
Oh.
where the good stuff is.
I can
at
relate.
the edge of what's possible.
Oh, I can
This is
relate.
deep.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so in. Our Cabernet grapes come fully loaded right off the vine with explosively rich, incredible, flavorful layers of sun-warmed black cherries, blackberries, and a hint of spicy clove.
The fact that Laura just read all of that without one stutter.
No, see,
Impressive.
I know.
I made sure to buy a wine that I could pronounce all the words.
Smart.
I read it beforehand.
Smart.
Hey.
Just saying.
We're just saying that was a surprise.
This naturally intense red has the stuff to take on strong cheeses, lamb skewers, and your next whole hog barbecue. And
Carrot.
no,
Cookies.
cookies. Cause I've got sprinkle cookies and Hershey cookies. That's what we're eating tonight, and that's what we're drinking.
Yeah.
Bottled and wine. Okay, it's California. Another California wine.
Hey, we love
But-
a California cab. This group stands California cabs.
Yeah, but look at
Don't
that
get it
gnarly
wrong.
head.
That's
Like,
a great label.
Yeah.
I'm excited to
I
try it.
I literally picked it based on that.
That's
So
amazing.
I'm not gonna mix it. Anyone empty?
No. In fact,
Okay.
But we're ready.
but
We're
I'll
ready
tell you
for
what,
it.
Great.
it's so
I'm gonna have to do
hard.
this.
It is so hard to not eat a cookie. Don't put carrots in front of it.
Can you not have a cookie?
I don't want to. Like I can, yeah, but I don't really want to right now.
The hiccups have started.
Oh, no.
All right.
So, Laura, what are we talking about
Did
tonight?
you just mix it?
No, I down that sucker.
Oh, you were
Like the
guzzling.
It was an
festival.
empty cup. So tonight, you guys don't know this about me, but I am a romantic. I know.
Oh.
I know, I am.
Wow.
So I really want to hear everyone's love story. And Nikki, I want to hear. No, I thought about you. I want to hear the dating scene. I need to know what it's like nowadays to date. I need to know
Okay, we can start with me and I will tell you.
Yes, independent woman, go, or are we
Get 'em, Nikki.
yeah,
Have you ever seen me with a guy?
No.
Okay, then there's your answer.
Wait, are we I seriously want to know.
There is no dating, Laura. I don't know what you think I'm doing.
Is it no prospects or no?
There's no prospects. There's no, I don't know where you think I'm going to meet people.
It's
I
hard to
don't know.
meet people, right?
Yeah. And no time. You're the busiest person I know.
There's no prospects. There's no meeting people. There's no, and then at the same time, you have to throw in I don't want to do internet dating because I've got a 13-year-old daughter, and I don't want to bring random people in. It's not.
Well,
There's not.
I did meet Matt online.
You met Matt online. You met Matt online, but it's a different. I just don't trust people.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to either. I don't even.
Yeah.
I still don't.
I'm not.
There's no app that makes you feel comfortable to eventually
No, and
get
also
to the point.
I'm not the person. Anybody I've ever dated is not just some random person I've been set up on a date with. It's always been someone that I'm friends with. I've never met anybody that way, so that would just be awkward for me to meet somebody online and then go meet them. That's not gonna happen.
So you've never done that?
No.
Wait, no. That was a hard reaction to that. You wouldn't even, because guys are weird.
I just don't trust people.
So how do you meet people nowadays?
You don't. That's
Yeah, I think we're learning that Nikki doesn't.
And we will be right back. Hey sippers, this is Brianna from 4 Sips In. If you love candles as much as I do, check out Great Bear Wax Company. The soy wax candles are hand poured in small batches and the scents are amazing. Use code Brianna for 10% off your purchase on burnbear.com. Hope you enjoy.
All right, well, I can tell the story.
Okay, let's tell this story.
Yeah, let's hear the romance.
I'll tell the story of how Tom and I met, because
Yeah, I
I
wanna
don't
hear
think any of you have ever heard this story, and it's actually really kind of cute. So we had like the same friend group in college, so we probably should have met sooner than we did, but we didn't. So we met at a charity event, as I like to call it. It's also known as Auburn Rodeo, which is also known as the largest party in the SEC. Your ticket money goes to a charity.
Why are you laughing, LB?
Because LB's at least heard of Auburn Rodeo, if not had attended. So yes, if you had ever attended Auburn Rodeo, you would know the only good thing that has come out of that event would be Tom and I's relationship.
Wait.
Because it is a time. So basically, I'll give the backstory on rodeo to really set the stage for everybody. So if you could imagine a location in which your father probably would have told you you will never meet your husband, that's Auburn Rodeo.
Okay.
So you start, you gotta wake up at like 6 a.m. in the morning, and like you and like whoever you choose is your like best friend of the day, like you guys are killing a bottle of champagne with mimosas just to start the day at like fresh at 6 a.m. Okay. And then you're probably getting in the back of a truck and you're riding to rodeo.
Wait, is this like bulls?
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there
Okay.
are animals there. So
Okay.
there's an actual rodeo that takes place, but it's also just like tailgating in a field all day long. And so now they have put a lot more restrictions on it, but back in the day, when things were better,
You're loving way too much.
yeah, I'm sure LB has a rodeo story. Maybe she's going to share later. I don't know, but or at least to have heard of them. But yeah, so like there's just basically you just drink in a field all day long. Like you're playing dizzy bat, you're playing different games. Like it's just a fun time in a field. There's a rodeo that happens. Some people watch it. Most people have never seen it, but it occurs. And then they have musicians that play throughout the day. So like the year that Tom and I met, Brad Paisley was the headliner.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, there's good
legit.
musicians. Yeah,
Back in
There's-
the day.
there's-
Like
there's-
Chucky for tits.
Yeah, so like the first year I went, it was Alan Jackson, and so they get some pretty big names for this event, but like everybody is there from like several schools across the SEC. So anyway, so I'm hanging out with some of my friends who are in my sorority, and like my sorority was really close to Tom's fraternity, but again, like we didn't really know each other, and so never met Tom before, and he walks up to me and he was like, "Hey Brianna, I don't know you, but I want to get to know you, so tell me the top 3 things about you."
Oh, no,
What?
didn't.
I
No,
was
he
like,
did not. No, he didn't.
I was like,
Are you
"Oh,
serious?
That's a good line." And
Wait, how did he know your name?
well, he asked one of my friends my name.
Oh, so he like did pre-plan.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So it will not surprise anyone at all to know that I told him first and foremost, the most important thing you must know about me is how much I
wanna be
love
a
Auburn
Chinook
football.
pilot.
No.
I want to be a ballerina.
And the millionaire.
I wasn't trying to scare him on day 1, y'all.
0 for 3.
Hey, I'm still holding out for number 3.
Right.
Don't get it twisted. We're still shooting for millionaire followers. But so yeah, that's how we met.
Wait, what's number
and
2
then-
and 3? You said number 1.
I don't remember number 2 and 3. So first and foremost was
What was
how
number
much.
one? I'm sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah, so I said first and foremost, you must know how much I love Auburn football. Number 1, and we still have season tickets to this day. So great thing to throw out on the table. So I don't really remember 2 and 3. I'm sure it was dumb, but it worked out, so it's fine. And then, y'all will not believe this. So I hang out with this man at rodeo, right? And then he lets me know at the end of the day that he's moving to Pennsylvania the next day.
For what?
So he had a job on, you know,
you do? Slap
you know, he's
him?
in fish farming. So
Fish farming.
He had a job on a goldfish farm. Which
That sounds so fake. Like, that's not a thing. Mom, that's not a thing.
it sounds fake, but it's like where you grow these like fancy goldfish. Well, anyway.
And you
So-
sell them to 6-year-olds. Like,
Yeah,
what?
but
Seriously?
Well, you sell them to a lot of like pet stores and like
Okay.
overseas and stuff. But anyway, so he moves to Pennsylvania.
No, he moved?
Oh yeah, the next day. So he moves to Pennsylvania, and I'm like, well, that was dumb.
No doubt.
So then, but he had finished up his master's, right? So then he comes back for graduation, and I got to see him then. But then he
Wait,
goes and moves
You
in
went to
Pennsylvania.
his graduation?
No,
specific-
no.
Okay.
That would have been weird.
Okay, I'm just curious.
Like, yeah, I went and sat with his family. I knew this man for 2 weeks.
Well,
no,
you never know.
I did not do that.
Okay.
But I saw him at the bar graduation weekend because in Auburn there's really only one bar to go to, and so
Okay.
that's where everybody was. So everybody you ever knew was at the same bar at the same time.
All right.
So I run into him at the bar, get to see him again, and then we both, like, he went to Pennsylvania for the summer. I had an internship in Birmingham for the summer, and we just ended up, like, texting each other and talking all summer, and then he invites me to be his +1 to a wedding. So our very first date was a
Wow.
wedding rehearsal day,
Wow.
and our second...
To someone that he knew, not
to
you.
someone that he knew.
Okay.
I did not know them, but I think I did meet them before the wedding. But
Okay.
they were all just really happy that Tom was dating somebody, so they were thrilled for me to come. And yeah, then our second date was like their wedding, and that's when we decided to become official. And then
Second date, you guys were like, no one else, we're good.
well, I mean, we had
Pennsylvania
get married
talked
that
for
day.
months. Yeah, we didn't get married that day. We had talked for months, so it had led up to that because I had always said, like, throughout college, like, I'm not going to date somebody unless I know that I could marry them. So, like, if I see any red flags, like, hard out, like, you're gone, we're
Yeah.
not dating, you know. And, like, I do remember the moment where I'm like, I'm going to marry this man. And it was
you had that
when-
moment?
Yeah, and so he lived in Utah, Alabama, and I was still at Auburn. I was finishing up my bachelor's. It sounds like a fake place, but it's real, I promise. So I would go visit him, but if you do know anything about that place, you know there's literally nothing there, and I am like a big believer in my coffee. Like I need to have my coffee. And so I would bring these like bottled Starbucks Frappuccinos to have, and he noticed that I was bringing them anytime I would come visit. And so one time I showed up and he was like, oh, I have your favorite Starbucks Frappuccino in the fridge for you. And I was like, well, how did you know which one was my favorite? And he was like, I didn't. I bought one of each flavor, so I knew I would have your favorite. And I was like, it's over.
Oh yeah. Wow.
It's like,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna marry this man.
Here, like,
Because it reminded me of this time that my dad had to do some sort of reset on my mom's car, and there was one radio station that she listened to all the time. But you had this was like back when you had the 5 different buttons that you programmed with the radio stations. There was only one that she listened to, and he couldn't remember which number it was that had the radio station on it. So he just made that radio station every single one of the numbers. So
Aw.
whichever one it was, like
Yeah.
he had it,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh.
I still
That's
do.
it.
I still do that. I still listen to the radio. I have my 5 stations.
You still listen to the radio? Wow.
wait, you don't?
No.
What do you listen to?
Podcast.
What the? You pay for that?
Spotify, yeah.
I don't pay for Spotify. Like I have Spotify. You don't have to pay for it.
Yeah, there's a free version.
Yeah. But
Okay.
I do Amazon Music. That's the service that I pay for. But
I listen
Yeah,
to the radio.
so do-
It's like a thing.
I
It's
do
like
not.
normal people.
like 24/7.
You're like, oh.
I mean, I
I'm
had
not there.
Sirius XM for a while, and then I was like, well, I could keep paying for Sirius XM, or I could just, Tom already had Spotify, so I was like, well, we can upgrade to a family plan for like $3 more a month, and then I could have like whatever music I
Wait,
wanted.
but he had like all your coffees and that was it. Like that was
Did you
your
drink
thing.
them all?
No.
You picked your favorite.
I picked
and
my
was
favorite.
Like,
Oh, okay.
he had the favorite because
Yeah.
he picked
Well,
all of them.
And I like a lot of them. I like everything,
Aw.
but like don't give me any of the sugar-free ones. I'm not about that life. If I'm gonna use the calories, let's do it big. Like we're not playing around. And then I don't really like the caramel. It's a little too sweet for me.
Okay.
So you picked your coffee, and he was like, "Oh, we're gonna marry."
But-
He was
no,
like,
I don't know if he had already decided.
How
at
long
that point,
before you
but,
guys
like,
got married?
I had decided, and so we had probably only been dating for like 2 months when like I had that
You had
realization.
that vibe.
I guess
So
it
2
was-
months, he was like all in. I'm gonna buy all the coffees, and Brianna's gonna love all of them,
Yes,
or at least one of them.
the favorite. Yeah,
So 2 months, and you were like, "Yes,
Mhm.
this is it." And then how long before he proposed?
I guess that was another year and
Oh God.
2 months.
See, it takes them a while, right?
Yeah.
You're like ready and I'm all in, and it
Yeah.
takes them a while.
Man.
They'll figure it out. Obi, what's your love story? I want to hear the love story. I love it.
It's not really too romantic. I mean,
What did you
Yeah,
say?
but I need it.
You can't top Auburn rodeo?
I might. So I feel like Brianna, Preston and I should have ran into each other before we did because we're the same group of friends.
Yeah, it's like such a weird feeling when
weird.
that doesn't happen.
It's
right?
like it's really weird. But actually, Preston and I talked about it either today or yesterday, whatever. Because anyway.
Because he knew this podcast was coming.
No, because he likes to randomly test me of like how long we've been together.
So how long have you been together?
Well, the thing is, I can't math. I know the year, but I can't really math that well. So I'm like 2016 for sure. You know, that's when we got married. In fact, we got married 2 days after my birthday, and I told him this so that I can remember when our anniversary would be. If that,
I love that the roles are reversed on this one.
Yeah.
I mean, and, but like it's just
it sounds right.
yeah.
It just feels right.
Yeah, so Preston he doesn't remember this, but it was my friend Lauren's 22nd birthday, and she was wearing a tutu, because 22nd.
Oh.
That's how
Perfect.
Lauren,
Yeah.
who we met.
Yes. So we were out for her birthday,
I
and
missed an opportunity to wear a tutu.
Yeah.
That's all I'm hearing.
Yeah, and so I was driving, so I wasn't drinking because it was her birthday. You know, I was driving, I was doing the thing, and I saw him at a bar, and I remember because I just remember, and
You just remember.
I remember. all
Was he
the
wearing the
things.
hat backwards? Was he P Money?
Yeah,
You
yes,
super remember?
Yes, yeah, I remember.
So just at a random bar, just some random guy.
Yeah, well, because I knew we knew the friend he was with, but like I didn't know him.
Uh-huh.
But I
he
saw
was like-
him. But then
okay.
like I had to go. Like Lauren was like running, like she was doing something, so I had to go get her. I was like, hey, bye. So I didn't like say, hey, who's your
Hey,
friend?
we're going to get married one day?
Yeah, right. And yeah, he doesn't even
Let's have a couple kids.
Yeah, he didn't remember. He doesn't like remember that, but I remember that because I remember. And then we had the same group of friends, and we went to a party one night, and I was like, "Who's that guy?" You know, it was like whatever. So anyway, turns out we went to the bar after, and I think he was too nervous to ask me for my number, so I asked him for his.
So that
At a bar.
sounds alright.
Yeah,
Right?
and
You asked him for his
yes.
because he was too nervous.
Yes,
Let's
I'm
put
pretty
that
sure
down.
that's what he said about
Yeah.
it. I'm pretty sure that's what he said about it. And so that was like kind of it. It was just like whatever. Got our numbers, and I don't even know how much time had passed. And then we met at a bar. Like at this party we didn't talk. Like we did like it was like
You just randomly walked up to him and was like, hey, what's your number?
yeah, like it was like like we didn't like talk. It was like it was like it was
Hey, you look good.
Yeah,
Give me a
whatever.
number.
She's like, hey, okay, here. And then
I'm
it was at the
Canadian
bar
now.
because
Give me a number.
Because the friends that were there were like, oh, y'all should talk or whatever.
Oh, so
You know, type
they
thing.
felt it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
Yeah,
hyped
friends.
it up.
And so he was too nervous to ask, so I was like, I can't have your number. Yeah.
Oh, poor Preston.
Yeah. Actually worked out for him. And
Yeah, I'm
so,
not feeling bad for him.
yeah. And so then, whatever happens. I don't think we like talked a lot or whatever, but who knows. And then things dropped off, and then we met at Bear Trap, and like I was there, his friends were
Why'd you
there.
laugh?
He came because I know it's like you don't beat your husband at a bar.
At the Bear Trap.
Turns out I did, and yeah, that's kind of like where that started.
So Matt and I met online.
What platform?
What platform?
Plenty of fish.
Oh,
Two
I know.
Fish?
I know a handful of successful marriages from Plenty of Fish.
Well, it
Yeah.
took 6 years.
okay.
So
You were
I
on
was
Plenty of Fish for 6 years?
Plenty
or?
of Fish. He was so nice, you guys. He was like the nice guy.
But were you on there for 6 years? Are you
Off
avoiding
and
that
on.
question?
Off and on.
Okay.
Okay. So yes.
Meaning I dated a lot of losers and I didn't get it. So like Matt was like the nice guy. He was always there.
Preston was a nice guy too. I think
Yeah.
that's why I was like,
Yeah, there was like a spark thing that
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
like that whole,
Yeah.
trying to save them, trying to rescue them and make them a better person, that codependent thing. I dated a lot of losers, and so Matt, unfortunately, he was the nice guy, and I was like, no.
You're like, I don't have to fix you, so.
Yeah, you're perfect as you are.
well, it's not. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
about
there's
it.
nothing there's nothing I need to work on here. So you're good. So
You don't need me.
yeah, you don't need me in that way. So
I'm a project manager.
yeah, there were years that I dated losers, and Matt was always there, guys. Like literally,
He was always there.
yeah, he was always there. Like my lawnmower didn't work, and dude would show up in his Teenage Mutant Ninja
Teenage
Turtles.
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Turtle power.
T-shirt, and I was wearing the same T-shirt, you guys. And we would he would help me with my lawnmower,
And you
I
still
was
didn't
just
get
like,
that was it.
no, I didn't. I didn't get it.
also want you to know that when you first said when my lawnmower wasn't working, I thought you meant like you dated the guy who mowed your lawn. Like,
No,
things
I
aren't
dated
working with
losers.
my lawnmowers.
No, these guys were
Found
like,
somebody else to mow my lawn.
they were like the guys that like you felt a spark with, but needed helping, right? You always saw the potential in
Yeah.
them. And so it was like every time a relationship would end, I would contact Matt. It was just 6 years. 6 years of this guy from Plenty of Fish, and I would be like, hey, you want to go out? After every breakup. It was sort of
It's kinda
fucking
mean, Laura.
horrible.
Yeah.
It was horrible of me. I was just like, hey, let's go out. And then eventually I was like, maybe I should give like the good guy a chance. Like the guy who has it
You're
all
like,
together.
All the bad ones haven't
yeah.
worked out.
Like this
so.
guy
Just imagine.
this guy has it all figured out. Like he's got a career. He's good.
He cooks.
He cooks.
He grocery
he's
shops.
Good. Like
cleans.
let's give the
Yes.
good guy a chance.
He mows your lawn.
It took me 6 years, you guys. 6 years to give this guy a chance. 6 years.
Wow.
It's of
That's
dating.
commitment from Matt.
Well,
Shout out to
no,
Matt.
Matt is
Man,
like
he be getting shout outs.
no, like
already.
every time I broke up with a guy, Matt was always there. You guys, you don't even know. Like every time I would have a breakup, we'd be like, oh, let's go out. We'd go on one date. I'd be like, oh, the spark's not there. But really, it was just like I wasn't mature enough.
Yeah.
It was me being not mature enough. I was like
You weren't
too
ready. You
young.
weren't in
I
the right
wasn't
spot.
ready. I wasn't in the right spot. Yeah, exactly.
But this man played the long game.
He
Good
did.
For him.
Yeah, he
He
did.
so did.
And he won.
He waited. Well, I don't know if he won the prize, but he won something. But yeah, it was literally like 6 years of us just like break up, Matt's there, break up, Matt's there, break up, Matt's there. It was constant. It was consistent, and I was just like, I'm so sick and tired of dating losers and getting my heart broken that maybe I should give the good guy a chance. You know what I mean? Like the guy who has his shit together and cares about me and says all the right things and does all the right things. And dude, I married him.
Yes. Good work.
Yes,
Good
I feel
work.
the same about Preston. I think it was like he was so nice, he was saying all the right things, like
Yeah.
something I'm not used to happening, and then
just
you're
not
like,
used to it.
maybe
just
I
like-
should do this.
Yeah, like just you have to be mature enough
Yeah.
to get to the point where you're like, I'm okay to. And I was not mature enough. I was not. When I met Matt, it was like I wasn't ready to get to that point where I could
Yeah.
really accept his love and reciprocate in the way that he needed. So it
Yeah.
took a while,
Yeah.
but when I matured enough and really gave him a chance, it was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
we've been married 7 years. It works.
Yeah.
You got there eventually. That's
We
the
got
only
there
part that
eventually.
matters.
Yeah. Wait, what are you counting
I was
out?
counting out how many years I've been married.
How many married?
You're gonna be 8 this year.
Yeah. Yes. That's where my fingers.
Okay,
That's where the
2017,
fingers
18,
landed.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Yeah, you'll
Oh,
be
you're
7
like,
this
you're
year.
beating me. I'm on 7 years.
That's wild. That is wild.
And we
Time
were
goes
6 this
so-
year, so
Wow.
isn't that weird that we have like
6,
perfect
7, 8.
countdown?
Wow.
Right? 6, 7, 8.
Wow. That is wild.
But I was super codependent. Like, I thought every guy I met that I was going to, like, save them. I was going to,
Yeah.
That's a rough one.
they were going to figure it out.
No.
Like,
No.
I was gonna save them. And Matt didn't need saving.
Yeah.
That was why I couldn't get there.
Yeah.
It was like
I-
he's got it figured out. What am I needed for?
I get that because like I had a lot of friends with that attitude. I was just very like,
No.
save yourself, like I. And
It took me in my
I realize
30s
that
to
might
figure
sound
that out.
rude, but like
It
so
takes
I think
maturity.
everybody needs to learn to save themselves first.
Oh
and
God.
Yeah,
Yes.
it takes
Then
It definitely takes maturity to get to the level where you can be like, I'm not required for this relationship. That's why it's going to work.
Yeah.
Because I don't need to help him find a job. Like, I don't need to fix his childhood traumas.
Right.
I don't need to be this, and that.
Yeah.
He is 100% on his own, and I'm gonna just add to that.
Yeah. Like, I was very big on, like, looking for someone else who was very ambitious. Like, I don't care what you wanted to do, but, like, you needed to want to do something and want to be good at it, because I knew what I wanted for myself. So just to have that compatibility, like, there were a lot of nice guys who just wanted to hunt and fish for the rest of their life. And it's like, that's not gonna work. Like, I don't care if you want to manage a store or manage a McDonald's, but you better want to have the best producing McDonald's that exists. Like, that's
you
what
needed that.
That's what, you know, I needed. And like, I just found that in Tom. And I mean, we even joked that we wanted our wedding vows to be like, for better or for worse, but you're always shooting for better. You know, for richer or for poorer, but
you
we're always
figured it
shooting
out
for richer,
young,
you know.
though. Like, you figured it out the first time. Like, I've been married, divorced. Like, it took me a while to really get there, to understand where I needed to be to get to that point. Like,
Well,
you figured it out quick.
I mean, I think
That's
I was
impressive.
just like, I'm not going to say it went perfectly, you know, I don't think that that's the case. What I saw in me and what I saw in, you know, the difference of, you know, some of my friends and just other people that I saw is like, I was perfectly confident in the standards that I had. And did people think that I was rude, being like, well, I'm not even going to give you a chance because I already know I'm not going to marry you and I barely know you? Like, yeah, maybe that was rude. I mean,
just
if
knew what
if you didn't,
yeah.
you know, I knew what I wanted, and if you didn't meet them, like, I'm not going to waste either of our times. Like, it was just as much in my head about them as it was about me, of, you know, I'm not wasting their time either. I don't care how, you know, in love with me you are. If I know I'm never going to reciprocate that, why are we bothering?
Let's not waste our time.
And,
That's
you know, and again,
That's
like,
exactly where I am right now. I'm not going to introduce anyone in my life that's not going to make it better.
yeah.
Yeah, like high standards.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
I don't
That's
have
where you
time
should
for it,
be.
And that's,
Yeah.
I don't want
Right.
to have to fix someone, take care
Right.
of someone.
No, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
And yes, like when you get to a certain point, like codependent, fixing them, like I see the potential in you, right? But that's not what you see in yourself. Like, you're not going to ever get to that point, and I can't get you to that point. You've got to find the person that's already there, that gets it, that's 100% like the good guy. It really is the good guy.
It really is.
Yeah.
It always comes
Like,
back to the
it's-
good guy.
There might not be a spark immediately, but like the good guy, you just gotta give him a second take.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
that is
insane,
definitely the take home.
the way that works.
It is insane the way that works.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I completely get that, and I think that's where you should be.
Oh
Like, I
yeah,
always
please
felt
be
like,
there. You know what
well,
I'm saying?
I'm better.
Yeah.
I'm better off alone than in a in a situation that doesn't make me better, that doesn't allow me to grow. Because if you're gonna hold me back, we're just gonna fight. So
yeah.
like,
Right.
let's not do
Like,
that.
if you don't add to this, you know, me and my kid are pretty fucking positive. Like, we're there, right? Like, you and Piper, good. Like, you look at the guy who's, like, maybe boring and just doesn't spark. And sometimes you just have to be like, you know what? Like, I've done everything else. Let me try this. Let me, like, that was me and Matt.
Yeah.
Like, I had to really, really go out of my comfort zone and just be like, I've done everything else. Let me try something out of my comfort zone and just give them a chance.
Well, and I think a little bit like we need to I'm not saying like we, like the four of us, but you know, like as parents, we also need to be doing more for our daughters of like, safety isn't boring. Supportive isn't boring. You know, like those projects don't often work out long term.
Right.
And unless you have lived through seeing that, then you may not know. So
Yeah.
it's, you
I'm
know,
gonna-
educating them. The bad guys seem really fun, right? And
Yeah,
like,
that's,
I mean,
I
always
did
they're
that
a
for
great
years.
time.
It took
Like,
me 10 years to figure out the guy that like needs help and constantly like, I'm codependent. I'm gonna help you get to where you need to be because I see where you could be. You're never gonna get there because you don't have the drive and you know you don't care. But I could see where you potentially could be. But you gotta look at where they are. This is who they are. Maybe it's not exciting.
Well, it's not exciting, but by the time you're that age, you're who you're gonna be.
Right.
You're not gonna make any changes.
Yeah.
If there's a guy, they're not gonna be any different than who they are right now.
Yeah, and I am a big believer in when people show you who they
Who they
are,
are?
listen.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Yeah.
take
That's-
note of that, acknowledge that, and I think that, you know,
That's-
comes from a young age, too. I mean, I was always, you hear it all the time in the workplace, but, like, you can't train passion, you can't teach ambition. These are things that you have or you don't.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's where it can become clear of like, yeah, maybe the nerd doesn't look super exciting, but have you asked him what he plans for his future?
Right.
Because I bet it's way more exciting than the bad boy who's probably doing lines of coke in the bathroom between classes.
Guaranteed.
He's the other guy's going somewhere.
Yeah,
this
dude,
one's
if
going
we
to
were
jail.
If we both show up to a broken lawnmower wearing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle
You
t-shirts,
should have known, Laura.
like
Yeah,
I was
that's-
like, what the? This is something, right? Like that's something. We're both nerds. Like, give them a chance.
And we will be right back.
Hey, it's LB from 4 Sips In. Are you a mom who could benefit from postpartum support? Check out happymomswellness.com to learn more about this valuable monthly support that is delivered straight to your door. Use code PODCAST to get 10% off your first order of the postpartum monthly subscription boxes.
Do you have a roast and a toast?
She's toasting to this hummus, I think.
Shout out to the hummus.
Yeah.
Love it. Good.
Well, I'm definitely making hummus next time to see what y'all think.
Yeah, I want the
haven't-
chickpeas like original.
Yeah.
I didn't prepare. Wait, let's think.
I know, it's hard to think. It's hard to think.
Roast.
You can roast anxiety.
Oh, yeah, that was bad. My anxiety was like, I hate you today. But LB helped me. She gave me like meditation, and it went from an 8 to a 4.
That's legit numbers.
So toast to LB.
No,
Yeah,
no.
Yeah,
No.
legit.
No.
No, LB, take it. It was like legit.
I'll take it when I make that hummus. All right.
Well, whatever you paid for it, it helped me just to watch it. Like, I didn't have to touch the spots, but I was
Yeah.
like watching the girl touch the spots, and I was like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good. Sometimes anxiety will get you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you guys suffer from anxiety, but like
I
for
do.
no reason your heart rate gets really high for
think
no
I-
reason.
Yeah.
You can't come up with a reason for why you feel this way, but you do. And the best thing to do for it is to just feel through it.
Yeah.
Not try to get rid of it or not try to stop it. Just feel through it and understand that like you're feeling it and then move on. And that's
Yeah.
what helped me.
Yeah. What are you toasting to?
I toasted to your meditation.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Love meditation.
Yeah, it was guided meditations for everybody's out there. It was Tapping Solutions, and
Yeah.
it is a really amazing resource.
Do you want to close this out?
Yeah. Thank you for listening. We love you. Or 4 sips in, or like 84 sips in. Either way.
I wonder how many sips we take the whole night.
I got like at least 2 more.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We
however-
should count that.
Yeah.
Sometime.
We'll start with 4 sips in and end with 84.
It's good.
So cheers to love.
Cheers to love. Like, yes. We love love.